So you want to start a roofing business, but you're not sure whether to buy a franchise or go on your own. Let's break down the costs and benefits. Option A is buying a roofing franchise. This means you are buying and operating one or more locations of a larger chain. Some of the biggest franchise names include Honest Abe Roofing and StormGuard Roofing. Also included in this category are non-traditional roofing franchises like Roof Max and Ugly Roofs, which are in the rejuvenation niche. Benefits of buying a franchise include training and support from the corporate organization, a ready-made business model, brand recognition, marketing assistance, and scalability. But there are downsides too. In general, franchises are more expensive up front, and we will go over some of the costs for the big chains next. You will also need to factor in royalties and marketing fees in your business plan. This can make it harder to compete with mom-and-pop roofers on price. Lastly, a lot depends on the franchise you pick. Some may be great at training and support, but others not so much. It's important to do a lot of research into the franchisor up front. Finally, franchise contracts can run anywhere from 5 to 10 years, making it difficult to leave if you need to. Here are 10 roofing franchises and what they cost. For each one, you are going to have a franchise fee, which is the price of the territory you're buying. Then you have a required amount of liquid capital to get the franchise up and running. Finally, you have the ongoing royalties and marketing fees, which are generally 6 to 7% and 1 to 3% respectively. One thing to note in this table is that RoofMax is cheaper because it is a rejuvenation franchise and it does not require a marketing fee. Now that you know everything about franchises, let's talk about option B, opening your own roofing business. Benefits include lower startup costs, which we will go over next. You also have the freedom to make changes and experiment when it comes to your business plan, which means you can build what actually works for you. And you have complete control over your brand. You get to decide what your company story is, and you can design a marketing strategy that is specific to your area. There are disadvantages too. One is that starting a business can have a steep learning curve if you don't have any prior experience. You're also on your own in terms of training and support. It's up to you to find outside sources of knowledge and advisors. And you may have full control over your marketing and business plans, but they are unproven, unlike a franchise where you're replicating a model. Starting your own roofing business has a very low cost of entry and doesn't even require licensing in many states. The hardest and most time-consuming states are Florida and California. Most of the expenses are branding and marketing. That includes a website, logo, apparel, presentations, and legal fees for contracts and subcontractor agreements. You may also need insurance. All in all, you can start a roofing business with as little as $2,000 to $3,000. But to have decent branding, it will cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, depending on how creative you are and how much is outsourced versus done in-house. For example, you don't have to spend $5,000 on a website anymore if you can build a decent landing page in a day. Social media is also a big equalizer. Most accounts today are free, and with a little creativity, anyone can compete with big franchise brands on a budget. Door knocking is another free lead generator. Finally, you don't need a brick-and-mortar office or employees to start a roofing business. But you will need a couple $100s to file your LLC and time to invest in your online profiles. To summarize, you don't need a lot. But the more you have, the easier it will be to create a brand that will stick online. Let's look at the pros and cons of both options. A franchise can be an attractive proposition for someone without entrepreneurial experience, because the right franchisor can give you all the tools you need to succeed. Working off a proven business model can allow you to scale more quickly than if you have to figure it all out on your own. On the other hand, running a solo business allows you to make changes and improvements more freely. Having full brand control means you can put your story into the company and cater to your local market. You also don't have to worry about contract lengths or need as much cash up front. Roofing Insights will be covering this topic in a second video, and we want to hear from you. Did you have a bad experience buying a franchise, or are you running one successfully? Leave us a comment below or email Sydney@roofinginsights.com. If you want to start a roofing business but don't have much experience, one of the most affordable options is to hire a mentor or learn on your own. That's why we recommend roofingschool.com. On roofingschool.com, you will find lessons from Dmitry on everything a successful roofing company needs, from accounting and sales to marketing and branding to the business structure. For just $599, you get full access to the online school and weekly support calls with Dmitry and his team. The Roofing School graphic designers will help you build an impressive brand by providing you with marketing guides and templates for everything you will need. If you don't want to buy a franchise but want to build an impressive franchise-level brand, look no further than the Roofing School. Have you thought about using a different brand for your existing business? The Roofing School has rebranded several companies, and it's helped them grow larger than ever before. Don't just take our word for it. Let's hear from one company who made the transition.
I've been in business for about 13 and a half years now. The first 12 years was under my first company's name. About a year and a half ago, after some poking and prodding and encouragement from Dmitry, I finally pulled the trigger on rebranding, and we just started over fresh. New colors, new company name, new logo, everything, and I am so glad that I did. The previous company name was super boring and forgettable. Customers would constantly confuse us with other companies in our area. Now we have a new name, new brand, new logo. I'm always having conversations with customers about the name, the logo, how cool it is. I'll drive by in my truck and see somebody mouthing the words to our company name just because it's something that's so different. It's one of the best decisions that I made in 13 years in business. Not only is it easier and cheaper to effectively market if you have a good brand, but it's cheaper and easier to build a good brand if you have a good company name that's memorable, something that you can build around. We now have a cool logo. We have a mascot. We're able to just do a lot of different things that we couldn't do with the previous company name.
Thanks for watching Roofing Insights, and be sure to like and subscribe.